Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Wednesday, February 28th. We've got an atmospheric river of moisture arriving for Thursday through Saturday with widespread precipitation and strong winds. A lot to get through. Let's get started. Key points we're going to focus on today. Ahead of the arrival of that system, we're going to be looking at quiet and mostly dry weather today. Some isolated snow showers possible up north, but overall, temperatures will see a warming trend through Thursday with some still cool mornings, especially this morning. Our next storm will arrive for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So again, throughout the day on Thursday with widespread impacts Thursday night into Friday and Saturday. Again, widespread precipitation, all snow by the weekend as a cold front swings through. But we could be looking at about 1 to 3 feet or more in the mountains with some strong winds, especially later in the day Thursday into Friday, leading to areas of blowing and drifting snow. Active and unsettled weather will also continue as we round out the weekend, heading into early next week. Quick look at satellite for you this morning. Again, shows mostly cloudy skies building in out of the northwest. Some patchy low stratus and fog certainly out there, but overall, not as widespread as we're concerned with. And look at the bigger picture for you wise. So high pressure still off the coast there of California, low pressure in the Gulf of Alaska rapidly intensifying and tapping into a large plume of moisture that's going to begin working into our area later in the day on Thursday and continue into Friday and Saturday. So we're looking at a pretty wet 60 to 72 hour period as we head into the later part of this week. Weather for Scotland for your next 5 days. Nothing to talk about today outside of some isolated snow showers. We're expecting some rain, snow bands to begin to work in throughout the area on Thursday. Again, most of that will be confined to the central mountains, eastern highlands for that day, but overall those impacts will become more widespread for Friday. Widespread rain and snow. Snow could be moderate to heavy at times, and that'll continue into Saturday, where we continue to see widespread snow. Again, more limited on that rain coverage as we get some colder temperatures in here following that cold front that'll work through the area throughout the day on Friday. For Sunday, just some lingering snow showers, especially as you get further south and east. Temperatures today, a cool morning, especially as you get further north. Coldest mountain basins in the single digits above and below zero. But overall, it's going to be afternoon highs pushing into those 30s, 40s, maybe even some low 50s in the Magic Valley. And snowfall amounts today, again, not a whole lot of snow to talk about. Just maybe a trace to a couple inches around the Island Park, Driggs, and Stanley areas. And wind gusts today, again, looking at gusts maybe about 20 to 30 miles an hour. So still staying slightly breezy, especially along the interstate corridors. But overall, we're going to see those winds ramp up for tomorrow. And for tonight, an antecedent of those winds moving in, we're going to have those winds in the mountains begin to pick up for tonight, but still staying just about where we were in the valleys. Temperatures on Thursday, courtesy of those southwest flow ahead of the event. We're going to have teens, 20s, and 30s in the morning. Afternoon highs trending well above normal back in the 30s, 40s, and upper 50s as ahead of that cold front works through Thursday night into Friday. And first look at those snowfall amounts for Thursday. So I'll be breaking this out on a time-by-time basis, and then we'll add it all up at the end for you. So again, best chances for that more moderate to heavy snow will be across the western central mountains. Think up the Wood River Valley, Stanley Basin area, with some lighter snowfall totals as you head further south and east. Wind gusts on Thursday will begin to ramp up very strong out of the south as we get some atmospheric river moisture working into our area. Again, best chances for that heaviest precipitation will be in the central mountains and eastern highland areas, but overall, mostly dry conditions outside of some isolated showers as you get outside of those areas. And by Thursday night, we're going to see those winds begin to ramp up. Cold fronts beginning to swing through the area. More of a southwest, westerly component as the front swings through. Widespread gusts about 40 to 60 miles an hour. Some locally stronger gusts in some of our wind-prone areas. And with this, some moderate to heavy snow falling in the mountains. We could be leading to some pretty significant blowing and drifting snow, leading to some impactful winter weather conditions. For your Friday, it's going to be a very, very mild morning, teens, 20s, and 30s, but afternoon highs starting to come back down, certainly from what they were on Thursday, in those 30s and 40s. Snowfall amounts on Friday, again, we'll see that best chances for the moderate to heavy snow become more widespread for Friday. Again, still keeping on going up there in the Wood River Valley and Stanley Basin, but now it's starting to work south and east. So we do have winter storm watches in effect for all of our mountain zones, and so that's going to be continuing all the way through the early part of the weekend. But overall, seeing that heavy snow, especially as you get south and east of the Snake Plain, mostly in the mountains on Friday, mix of rain and snow in the valleys. And wind gusts on Friday, no shortage of wind on Friday, still gusts hanging on about that 30 to 50 miles an hour, locally higher to around 60. And by Friday night, just some lingering breezy winds. Again, we'll see that breezy winds kind of taper off Friday night behind the cold front, but still kind of like we saw earlier in the week. Winds will ramp back up the day behind as we get some colder air filtering in behind. And speaking of that colder air, it's again seasonably mild in the morning, teens 20s and 30s, with afternoon highs in the 20s, 30s, barely hanging out of the low 40s. So again, with temperatures like this, it doesn't take a whole lot for when it's precipitating to drop a couple degrees. So again, we're keeping an eye on that rain snow line, but that could be the difference between several more inches across some of our lowest elevations than what the forecast shows. And here's a look at those snowfall amounts on your Saturday. Again, Snake Plain, this is looking like the most impactful day for you guys. It's looking, 2 to 6 inches across much of our population centers in eastern Idaho. A lot higher totals as you get south and east of the Snake Plain. So you have any travel plans the next couple days, especially Friday, Saturday time frame, anywhere in central and eastern Idaho, be prepared for some moderate to heavy snow at times, winter travel conditions, and some lingering breezy winds, leading to areas of blowing and drifting snow. And here's a grand total for you. So this is taking a look at Thursday, Friday, and Saturday's totals. So overall, still looking at a very impressive totals, especially as you get into the mountains with this system. We're looking at a prolonged 60 to 72 hour period of moisture just continuing to work into our area. We will see breaks at times, certainly, but overall the trend will be very wet, especially Thursday night through Saturday night. Wind gusts on Saturday, again, we'll keep those breezy winds going, again, filling in some colder air behind that boundary. Gusts still about 25 to 40 miles an hour. And for Saturday night, still keeping an eye on some blowing and drifting snow. Again, not as much as what we're going to see, at least earlier in the period, but certainly still seeing those winds elevated Saturday night. And for Sunday, some colder air beginning to filter in. It's going to be single digits and teens for the most part, with afternoon highs hanging on those 20s to low 30s. And snowfall amounts on Sunday as the system pulls away out to our southeast. Again, we're seeing the best chances for some more minor to moderate impacts, especially south and east of the Snake Plain. But overall, a couple more inches of snow, a little bit higher in the Bear River Range and Tetons. And wind gusts on Sunday, sounding like a broken record. Still some breezy wind gusts about 25 to 30 miles an hour. And that'll continue for your Sunday night as well. And look at what's to come. So again, looking beyond this system, trending back to some more near normal to slightly above normal precipitation here in the west, but overall just some unsettled weather, snow shower chances each day, and looking at heading into early next week as well. And with respect to temperature-wise, again, not a huge signal there for above normal temperatures will stay way east of us, but overall keeping in that more near normal to slightly below normal in the Rockies. 8 to 14, not a whole lot of change there, still hanging out in that kind of near normal to slightly above normal category through that 8 to 14 day period. And with respect to temperatures, we'll keep in that near normal to slightly below normal time frame through March 6th through the 12th. And that's about all I have for you this morning. Again, we're keeping an eye on this atmospheric river. It's going to be bringing some widespread precipitation to our area, so stay tuned. We're going to be keeping some changes going, and we'll be updating you here every morning. But with that, that's all I got for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome Wednesday, and stay safe out there.